should you flip houses or buy rentals? That is the question. Well, there's a lot of different factors that come into play here. And there's a few things to look at depending on, well, it depends on a bunch of different things, right? But I guess the first thing to take into consideration is where you're starting at, right? How many funds do you have available? And if not, how many funds do you have access to? And that means like how much money you can raise from friends, family, whatever, right? So those are, I think, the two main factors that come into play. A lot of people flip houses to be able to fund buying rentals, but you don't need to do one or the other before one or the other, right? They're two completely separate things. And the way I look at it, I guess I look at it as two different buckets, right? So flipping a house is pretty much a job, right? Flippy, making money, right? So that's just as simple as how it is, right? So you can definitely get rich off of flipping, right? You flip enough houses, and you can make flipping not be a job if you set the right systems in place, the right teams in place, all that in place. But for the sake of argument, this is like someone that's like starting off, and they're kind of considering looking between flipping or buying rentals, right? So in that scenario, flipping is a job, right? Because if you don't find a deal, if you don't get that house on the market quick enough, all these different factors, you don't make money, which is no bueno, right? However, rentals build wealth, right? So let's just say you buy it with like 20% down. You buy a $100,000 house, 20% down, you put $20K of your own money into it. You make like $1,200 a month on it. So maybe you're making like, I don't know, anywhere from like $500 to $300 a month off of this place. And that is going to keep getting you that money every month, no matter if you sleep in every day, if you're a bum, if you just eat chips on the couch, if you do what Lucy does and look out the window all day, right? No matter what you do, the house is still going to pay you money. But the point is, yeah, sure, off a flip, you might make, I don't know, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand, however much you make on it. I don't know. You can't really live off of the money off of one rental where, right, the money off of a flip you can live off of if you do it like in, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, whatever it is, right? We're not here to do the math. But so what's that mean? That means you need a bunch of rentals, right? You need a bunch of rentals to make up for that. But essentially, the point is that flipping is essentially a job, and rentals is a good way to build wealth. And I don't see it as a job, mostly because you can manage it. You can have a property manager manage the property, and yeah, you can have the flips do the same thing, right? But there's just a whole bunch of different factors, and you could talk about what if, well, you do it this way, and what if you do it that way. But for like the long and short of it, flipping essentially is a job that if you don't flip any houses, if you don't find any deals, if you don't sell any of those deals, you're not making money. And rentals, I think, builds wealth. Well, it does build wealth, right? Between, let's say, the mortgage pay down, between the tax benefits, and between the cash flow you make every month, right? So I see rentals as a better alternative to flipping. Granted, still do flips because they do offer good chunks of money to put towards buying more rentals. But, right, you got to pick which one you want to do. Hopefully this video kind of helped you think about some of the differences. And of course, the people are like, well, what if you got a terrible tenant? What if they don't pay rent? And what if you can't evict them because of Corona? And what if all this other stuff, right? And you can say the what ifs with the flipping too, but I think for a simple argument's sake, right? Flipping as a job and rentals, I think just build wealth, and it's a great way to build wealth when you essentially only have, I'm not even going to go into there. So flipping, rentals, if you want to do it this way, it's a job. If you want to do it this way, right? So think about it. Another way to think about it, and then we're done. Flipping, you can flip houses for your whole life. Let's say you live to 100. For 100 years, you can flip houses. You can flip all the houses everywhere. 100 years, okay? What are you going to have when you're done flipping houses? Nothing. Probably some cool stuff. But rentals, you can buy rentals for 100 years and get, I don't know, thousands of rentals. What do you have at the end of 100 years of buying rentals? A lot of money that you're making monthly is what you're doing. And when you die after your 100 years of buying rentals, then your family will continuously keep getting all the money from the rentals. So that's what I mean by flipping as a job, and rentals build wealth, generational wealth, if it's set up properly. So I hope this video helped. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one.